Hello and welcome to Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Just a quick daily briefing of what's going on in the world of sports. And let's go ahead and dive into it fast as we are I can't believe it already, it's the 9th day of June. And we're in the NBA playoffs. Normally at this time, we're in either the conference finals or we are in the NBA finals. But as of right now, we're just in the conference semis. And last night, the Philadelphia 76ers, they win 118-102, tying up the series with Atlanta. Embiid had 40. So Embiid must not have the injury issues that we thought he was going to have into going to the series. He scored 39 and 40 respectively in the first two games, and so they will go back tied to Atlanta. Utah takes a 1-0 lead as they come roaring back after down at the half. They outscore the Clippers by a count of 32-19 in the third quarter to tie up the game, and then they win in the fourth, 112-109. Donovan Mitchell with 45 points. In the NHL, really quick, we have the Tampa Bay Lightning winning their series, so it's over. Vegas took a 3-2 lead series against Colorado, bit of a shocker. They will head it is now going to game 6 back to Vegas. So Colorado's fighting for their playoff lives tonight in the NHL. It's the Islanders versus Boston, and that is a winner go home for Boston as the Islanders lead 3-2. Islanders definitely want to take this opportunity to go ahead and win the series because you don't want to go back to Boston for a game 7. That is for sure. And in the NBA real quick today, we're going to have one game tonight. It's not till 9:30. Little strange they're starting so late, but I think it has to do with the Women's College World Series. And so I believe this game is on ESPN tonight, the Denver Phoenix game. Florida State and Oklahoma will play at 7 Eastern on ESPN, and that is game 2 of that World Series. Florida State beat Oklahoma last night. Shocking. The number 1 team in the nation jumped out to an 8-0 lead and then held on 8-5. Their offense has been on fire. And here's the kicker. They started their number 3 pitcher. Everyone expected them to either start Sandercock. I mean, honestly, that's who everyone expected. Sandercock had to come on in relief. So we'll see who they go with today, as Florida State is 1 win away from shocking the playoff world, the softball world. They come in, they've knocked off the number 2 seed, UCLA. Then they had to go back-to-back and beat Alabama, facing elimination in both of those games. Alabama was number 3 in the country, now number 1 in the country, Oklahoma. So Oklahoma has to win the next 2 to win it all. Florida State can win the national championship if they win either tonight or tomorrow night. And then, of course, the NBA game today is at 9:30. That is game 2 of the Denver Phoenix series. And like I said, it's a little strange they're starting it that late. I think they could have worked something else out, but they did not. So that's what you got. I think it's really hard to get people invested into a series when a game isn't going to end till after midnight Eastern. I, for one, would love to watch a series. You got the NBA MVP in Jokic. He wins the MVP yesterday. He becomes the first player to win the MVP drafted as low as number 41, second round. Now, Moses Malone gets the credit of an undrafted, but that's not really genuine because Moses Malone, he was a 3-time NBA MVP, but he came over from the ABA. He had already played in the ABA, which was a rival league at the time. When he came over, yeah, he wasn't drafted, but he was a free agent. It's kind of like when they gave the Rookie of the Year to Hideo Nomo. Do you remember that? I know I'm dating myself, but Hideo Nomo won the Rookie of the Year for the Dodgers back in the early 90s. Chipper Jones was a true rookie. I didn't know it was like 30 years old and pitched in Japan professionally for a decade, and they gave him the. I don't like when they do that. And so, anyways, that has nothing to do with Jokic winning the MVP yesterday, but just kind of a side note. So that's your NBA news. Now, in the National Football League, real quick, want to make sure I get this right, so I'm gonna look it up real quick. Dak Prescott is a full go. So he is back in full participation at Cowboys practice. Huge deal for Dallas, obviously. And then also Brady is back after his knee surgery. He was a full go in practice. The only thing he did not participate in were blitzing drills and whatnot, because they want to ease back into the knee. I think Tom Brady will be okay reading a defense. So I don't think that's going to be that big of a deal, right? Trevor Lawrence, he is out because of a hamstring issue, but they do expect him to be full participant on Thursday. They're going to give him a day of rest today. So it's a slight strain, not a big deal, but they're obviously going to be cautious with the number 1 pick overall there in Jacksonville. And Aaron Rodgers officially is holding out. If he does not show up this week, he could be fined as much as $93,000 by the Packers for not showing up. He wants a trade, and they have yet to figure out a way to either A, trade him, or B, get him calmed down where he actually wants to be a Packer. So we will continue to follow that. And then, of course, in Major League Baseball, real quick, you've got couple of games of note yesterday. So it's kind of funny. The Mets jumped out to a 2-0 lead, and I assumed it was over. Quit paying attention to it. They come roaring back and score 10 runs. They beat the Mets 10-3, and that's going to bring the Atlanta Braves 1 game closer to the Mets in the division, as the Braves beat the Phillies 9-5. Braves score 5 runs. Monster shot by Austin Riley in the 8th inning. Huge game. The Braves go in and steal the first game, in a game in which Drew Smyly pitched okay, but he wasn't what you would call on. So that's big news for Atlanta fans. Philly, they go again tonight against the Braves. So Tucker Davidson will be on the mound against Eflin. And then you've got the Milwaukee Brewers. They upset, or I guess you could call it upset. They went on the road 5-1 against Cincinnati. Hauser gets the W for the Brew Crew. And then real quick around the scoreboard to catch you up to date, Houston bashed the Red Sox in Boston. Framber Valdez was amazing, 7 innings and 8 Ks. And then you have Rays outlasting Washington. Tyler Glasnow, 7 innings, 11 Ks, saw a stat last night. He has now had the most 10K performances in one season in Tampa Bay Rays history. And then a couple other scores to just go over real quick. San Fran beat Texas. The Yankees got back to their winning ways in Minnesota. Minnesota just cannot get out of their own way when they play the Yankees. It doesn't matter how bad the Yankees are playing. The Yankees are going to beat the Twins. To that point, the last news of the day. So today, New York versus Minnesota. So you've got Garrett Cole going to the mound against Rodney Dobnak. Now, why is that a big deal? Because Garrett Cole is now getting peppered with questions left and right by the media about whether or not he's using what they call spider tack on the ball. And anyways, long story short, it helps your velocity. Now, he's side danced the question. He's never denied it. So it's if you were listening to the interview, you would just assume that Garrett Cole was or is using something. This was called out by Josh Donaldson of the Minnesota Twins. So it's going to be an interesting day. Donaldson versus Cole. Does Cole go after him? I don't think he will, because it's kind of it's too obvious. It's too on the nose, right? I think if this is 20, 25 years ago, Josh Donaldson would be getting one in the ribs for complaining about the spider tack. It's come full circle. There was a point in time where the pitchers were complaining about hitters having unfair advantage using steroids. Now the hitters are upset with the pitchers getting spider tack. It helps their spin rate, basically makes the ball much more difficult to hit and increases velocity as well. Keep an eye on that today. All right, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. This is the quick one. If you want to watch the full Armchair Quarterback show, it's obviously on this channel as well. We're live 8:30 Eastern, 9:30 to 9:30 Eastern every weekday morning. And then, of course, you've got Braves Country every day. We've added Take Me Out to the Ball Game. This is just kind of catch you up in the world of sports every day. Enjoy your lunch break. We'll see you tomorrow. And good luck, Lady Seminoles. Hopefully you can win it all. Regardless, it's been a hell of a series. Oklahoma has played with a lot of spark as well. I highly encourage anyone who just enjoys sports, watch it tonight.